Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craftably After and welcome to another video. Now friends, I do have a few very cute projects to share with you this week. They're all sort of packed out around me, and I think I'm going to start with the one I did the longest time ago, and it wasn't actually within this week, it was a bit further back than that. I just never had the opportunity to show you. But I think I want to start with that one today because it's super cute. Now, a while ago, and I'm talking actually quite a few months ago, a friend of mine was on holiday in Paris, and she loves to send me photos. It's a work colleague of mine. She loves to send me photos any place she sees amigurumi or crochet. So whenever she's out and about and she sees something that has to do with crochet, she always takes a picture and she sends it to me, because obviously everyone in my office has now got multiple plushies on their desks. They know that this is a passion of mine. So it's quite fun, to have people just send me, random crochet things that they come across in their travels or their daily lives. So I really enjoy it. But anyway, this colleague of mine, she sent me a photo of these bunnies. Now, this bunny I did buy, and I will tell you how it came about. So she sent me a photo from a museum that she visited in Paris. And this museum, they sell loads of these bunnies that are dressed in little outfits inspired by paintings of famous artists. And I think I've shared a picture of this bunny just after I purchased it. So I absolutely loved it when she sent me that photo. So they're actually quite expensive, these bunnies. But this museum shop has got dozens of them in all different little outfits. Now, the one I ended up purchasing because I couldn't resist it. So even though I can very easily make this pattern, and this is the first make I'm going to show you in a bit. I love purchasing certain items of crochet or knit. I love it. Even friends of mine that have gifted me some of their crochet, it is so special to me, if it's something that I didn't make. So I went onto the website, the Paris Museum website, and I ordered this bunny. Now this bunny, her dress is inspired by Starry Night from Van Gogh. And they actually have a little card on each of the bunnies that shows you the painting that inspired the dress. So this is the painting by Van Gogh. I know many of you would know it. And this pattern is the Muffy Bunny. Now, she, I think, is a character from a Dutch. Is it a Dutch writer? I'm not exactly sure the history behind her. But they used the Dutch painter Van Gogh's painting. And I mean, there's various. I think they've got this one, Starry Night. They've got the sunflower painting. I think there's one or two more. But I really liked this blue dress with the little golden stars on it. So cute. And I even mentioned when I posted it on my Instagram that this would be a really fun community project, challenge, collab for the future, that we use famous paintings, or it doesn't even have to be paintings, but artworks that we really appreciate or that we love or that's a favorite of ours, and somehow bring it into amigurumi. So this was my thought when I bought this one. I wanted to see how it was done, what they do, and it just I love the fact that they have the little photo on the front. So I went onto Etsy, found a pattern for the Muffy Bunny, and I did crochet one. Although I knew I wanted to do something with sunflowers, I didn't actually finish her little dress. So this is my bunny that I made. Now, I did complete the dress, I just didn't decorate it because I couldn't decide what I wanted to put on it in the end. So just, all I did was I finished the little dress up completely, and I thought, well, I will just keep her aside for a bit until I know what I want to embroider or how I want to embellish the little dress. So she's sort of been hanging around my desk area for a couple of weeks because I haven't decided. I don't know what I want to put on her little dress yet, but I did want to share her with you. She's such a cute make. Now I will list the pattern in the description box down below. This bunny I just made using my favorite, it shouldn't come as any surprise, Rainbow Cotton 86, which is a sport weight, a yarn weight 2 cotton, and I use a 2.5mm hook. Now this bunny, the one that I bought, it's quite a bit bigger, and I think this is because they made this with a worsted weight cotton. It's definitely a cotton bunny, or made with cotton yarn. It's a bit less stuffed than mine. I normally tend to overstuff my amigurumi, but this one is quite a bit bigger, but it's definitely a 4-weight cotton that they've used. But I just thought there's so many cute ideas out there for future challenges. As you guys know, I cannot resist a challenge, a collab. It is just something I love doing. And now speaking about collabs, I think I'm gonna sort of segue into my next project. Speaking about collabs and cals, I have joined in with Jenny over at In My Spare Time Crochet. She started this crochet along based on a book that she bought, A Year of Granny Squares. Now I'll pop a picture of the book onto the side. I've spoken about it in my previous video. I will also link Jenny's channel down below. Quite a few people have joined in with this challenge, and I think it's because making squares are something actually very relaxing. It is a quick project. You know, it really doesn't take a lot of time, and when you've got enough, you can do something with it. You can make a bag, you can make a blanket, you can make whatever. I've got a few ideas that's coming up, but you know, we're only onto the second square, but I'm really enjoying it. And the second square was this one. Now I think it's called First Bloom. I don't have the physical book. I did buy the book on Kindle from Amazon. But this was the second square, and I'm using Rainbow Cotton 84, which is a fingering weight, a yarn weight 1 cotton, and a 2.5mm hook. But I really loved the 3D effect on this flower. Now when I saw the picture of the flower, I thought, oh, it looks very, very difficult. But I thought the same thing of the first block, which turned out to be really easy. Just slowly went through it row by row or round by round, because it's done in the round. But before you know it, it just all comes together into this beautiful, beautiful square. Now, strangely enough, this square of mine, I don't have my first one here with me. This square, although it has got more stitches around, the first one I think has got 100 stitches around, this one has got 108. This square turned out slightly smaller. Now I think it's because the green I used, although it is an 8/4, it's still yarn weight 1, it is a different, I think it was like a baby cotton organic, or it wasn't rainbow cotton like the other colors. It was a different type of cotton, which I think may have been a teeny tiny bit thinner. But you know, I'm still going to make it work in my upcoming project. So this has been such a lot of fun. So obviously we're only on square number 2. Anyone who wants to join in, you're welcome to. I know we can send our photos to Jenny and she shows it every week. It's a lot of fun, especially with so many people joining in. So I've been enjoying this one as a sort of relaxing, you know, side project. Doesn't take me a lot of time, but there's something very cute and very quick at the end of it. Talking about cute and quick, of course, I've got to bring up the Amigurumi World Tour 2024 that we are working from this book. Now, there's been some action this week. Finally, our book arrived at our next destination in the US. Our international book, I don't actually know what's going on. To be honest, I know it's coming into Denmark. It was in Norway, which is out, although it's in Europe, Norway is outside of the EU. So if you ship it now back into the EU, where Denmark falls under the EU, you know, go through customs again, takes a bit longer. And although the Danish postal service is extremely reliable, it is also very, very slow. So I've not given up hope that the book is gone. It's only been about 10 days, you know, and then take away all the weekends in between. So it's not really been that long. I think I'm just very anxious for the movement of the book. I mean, we all get so excited waiting for the next project. So it's not actually been that long. I must just be a little teeny tiny bit patient. But Kathleen from Texas, she has made a project. I did post it on my community tab. She selected the succulent planter, which turned out super cute. I've already received 2 other people's projects. I mean, you guys are fantastic. I say this every week. I love the participation of the Amigurumi World Tour 2024. It's been so much fun. Even more fun every time I post on my community tab, Lauren Espy, the author of this book. She does comment on the posts. You know, when I share the specific person's project on my community tab, she most of the time comments on it, and it's absolutely fantastic seeing her follow our little collab. So I'm going to do the succulent planter. I just haven't had time. I only found out yesterday, and there were so many things going on, which I'll talk about now. But eventually, what I did do is I did finish my macarons. So the macarons were up to yesterday, the only project I had outstanding. So I did finish these 2 actually this morning, right before I filmed. If I had known how quick these would have gone, I would have done them a long time ago. They really whipped up, I feel, in minutes. It was not long at all. So I just need to take a photo and email the photo to myself so that I can add it into the journal. But next up, the succulent plant. I'm excited for it. So as soon as I hear from our recipient in Denmark, when she receives the book, I, of course, will let you guys know immediately. I know a lot of our international book followers, we are waiting in anticipation for that book to reach our sort of, you know, next recipient. But I'm going to try my best to be calm. All right, on to the next thing that I wanted to chat about. I made a while ago a bear. I started a bear from this book, Cute Crocheted Animals. And you will remember that I was just a teensy tiny bit negative about this bear that I tried to make. So I was super excited to make a bear. I mean, if you look at the shaping of the face, I was excited for it. I started it and my head turned out like this. You'll remember my little flat-faced bear. I was just so disappointed that the shaping was not at all as it was on the photos within the book. I was really disappointed. I chucked this one to the side. I didn't chuck it in the bin, strangely enough. So this little head has been sort of in my line of vision for the last couple of weeks. Then I decided a few days ago I'm going to try and remake this bear. But I'm going to reshape the face a bit. And you guys, I did. So I wanted to show you. The bear itself is finished. The outfit is more or less finished. But he is just pinned on at the moment. And I will tell you why he's just pinned on. So he must still get his little straps for his dungarees. Now he is quite big, I must say. This bear is also made from Rainbow Cotton 8/6, which is the fingering weight, not fingering weight, yarn weight 2, a sport weight. So Rainbow Cotton 8/6. Same as what I made this bunny with. So you can see there's quite a difference between the two. The yarn that I used for the pants, this really nice blue yarn. It's actually a worsted weight. It's a discontinued yarn from Hobby. It was called Zafira. I don't know why they discontinued. I've had this yarn for a few years, I think. So I dug it out of my stash because I wanted something that looked like denim. And this blue yarn was the closest I could find. It's a fantastic yarn. Really, really like it. I really like the color. I think it's got a bit of wool in it. Not a lot, but just enough to give it a tiny bit of fuzz. So what I did with the face. Now can I get these two faces? Now, interestingly enough, this head is quite a bit bigger, even though I used also on this one, I used Friends Cotton 86. So it's also a sport weight yarn, also used a 2mm, but this one came out a bit bigger. And you will see that this one has got much, much better shaping. And this is what I thought the shaping was going to look like when I worked on the pattern from the book. I wonder if I can show you. So you will see from this image in the book that definitely the muzzle has got shaping to it, which is not, I couldn't get it right on my first attempt. Now what I did to get the shaping, I did change the pattern slightly. So on this one, you just do regular increases all the way. So you start with 6 in a magic ring, and then you do, you know, the regular amount of increases as you normally would to create a ball. And this is why it's got that flat face. For this one, in the first, I think 4 or 5 rows, instead of just doing the increases as it is in the book, I did an increase row, and then I did 1 row just single crochet around. The next row, then I would do an increase row again, and then 1 row single crochet around to create a bit of this cone shape instead of a flat shape. And I'm much, much happier with how this little face turned out. Everything else I did exactly according, no, I'm lying. Almost everything else I did exactly according to the book. His little feet does have shaping. Now the pants I did a little tight because I had to rework the pattern slightly due to a different weight of yarn that I decided to use. And although the pants look really cute, they are a little tight, so I can't really with ease pull them off. But anyway, I will still do his little straps, but he turned out so adorable. You know, after I fixed his face and he just looked so cute, I loved it. Now, the other big change I made is in the book, which is very, very odd. They don't start the arms with a magic ring. They start with a chain, which you connect. Then you work. So there's an open, it would have been an open piece. So you have a chain, you connect it to form a ring, you work all the way to the top, and then you go back and you sew the tip of the hand closed. And I thought, there's no way I'm doing any unnecessary sewing, although I like I like sewing on projects, but that just seemed unnecessary to me. So I don't mind sewing if it has a purpose, but if it's completely unnecessary like that, going back and anyway closing up the hand, I'm sure it has to do with the shape that she wanted for the arm. Anyway, I just started in a magic ring. Still has the exact same amount of stitches all the way up to the end, but I was just not going to go back and sew closed an open ring. So that was the one other change. So I changed the shape of the head, and I changed how she started the arms. So only up to row 3, I think, or from row 3, it's exactly the same as the pattern. And then the dungarees, it is actually a pattern within the book. As I say, I had to modify it slightly because I used a different weight of yarn than for the bear, but I really, really like how it turned out. Now, the reason I'm showing you him is because he is basically done, but I thought it might be nice if I can create a little tutorial for how to sew a closed head, because this head obviously closed here at the back. So how to sew a closed head onto an open body. So this body has got an open part, and I know for a lot of you, you know, it's always a bit of a struggle. You get some bobble head. I know it took me a while before I figured out how to stitch heads down that there is absolutely zero movement. So I thought that might be a fun tutorial just to show how I sew a closed head onto an open body, and also how I sew on ears. So although in my pumpkin buddy tutorial I do show how I sew on ears, I thought this might be another good opportunity while I do the head to also show you again how I sew on ears, because sewing on ears, honestly, it's one of the most fun things for me. I love sewing on ears onto amigurumi. I love it. I don't know why. I think it's because years ago I saw a tutorial on how to do it, and it has changed my life. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I think it will be good. So hopefully very soon, within the next week, this guy will be all stitched up and ready for whatever his next journey in life is going to be. But I will link this book anyway down below. I do think there's adorable patterns in here. There's a lot of clothing options. Like I said, I just couldn't. I just did not like this head. But since I made a teeny tiny change, like literally it is 2 extra rows that I added, and to me it made all the difference. Alright you guys, on to my last project I want to show you. Now this is interesting because during this week, you know, I was sort of in a I still call it pattern indecision. So as you guys know, there's so many things that, so many adorable patterns out there, so many things we want to make, and I suffer still. It's been, I think, months now I suffer from pattern indecision. So I think this is why I keep on joining cowls and challenges. You know, with Lee's Army Olympics that just ended, that was something fun to work towards, you know, have a specific theme to work to. This is why I love the amigurumi wool tour, because I don't make the decision on what the next project's going to be. I wait, just like everyone else, see what it is, and then make it. So no decisions there that I need to make. Then again, same with this one. We go according to the book. First, second, third, I don't have to make a decision on what to make. So after I completed my Army Olympics projects, I was again for a few days sort of sitting there, not knowing what to do. So for a couple of months, like several months actually, I've been watching and really enjoying watching Annie over at the channel Hooks and Healers. Now she has got a wonderful vlog style of crochet videos. I love watching her. She's always so upbeat and cheerful and positive, and I really enjoy watching her videos. And she put out a tester call for one of her patterns earlier in the week, and it is an adorable, I'll show you the project now, an adorable raccoon. And you know, I never get selected for pattern test. Like every now and again, if there's something really cute that I think, oh, I want to give this a go, I'll apply for the pattern test, but I literally never get chosen for pattern tests. I've done pattern tests several years ago, but for someone who's asked me specifically. But when I apply, I just never get selected. So I put a comment on Annie's post on Instagram, and I woke up on Saturday morning and I was one of the testers that was selected, or one of the people that got selected to test, and I was super excited. So we got the pattern. I started on Saturday and I finished it yesterday. Today is Sunday, I don't even know, 11th of August. Today's the 11th of August. Yesterday we got the pattern. I mean, we went on an outing to the aquarium still with the kids. It was a fun day yesterday, but in between, you know, before we went and when we got back, I worked on this cute little raccoon. And I finished it yesterday. It was just such a brilliantly cute pattern. I mean, look at this adorable little raccoon. His cute little tail, his chubby little belly. He is fantastic. I loved it. Now, I don't work with a lot of blush yarns, so I had to work with the colors that I had, and I had quite a few of, you know, different types of purple. I had like this dark purple that I used on this eye patch and the nose. I had a little of that speckled, I think it's honey bunny, one of the honey bunny pom-poms or honey bunnies, I don't even know what it's called. Then my toucans, I've got a few colors of toucan, and I just picked some colors that went well together. Luckily I had enough purples, but he's so adorable. So I know the pattern test is still going on, but I wanted to show you guys this super cute pattern. I think the pattern is coming out sometime still in August, but this was so cute. Now, not only did we get to test this cute little guy, but he also comes with a few very cute accessories. So he's got this teeny tiny little pizza slice, because obviously he's been rummaging around the dustbins. So he's got a little pizza slice. Not only that, he's got, let me just get it on here, this adorable little soda can. Now look at him just with his little soda can and his straw and his little pizza slice. Is that not just super cute? This was, whoop, he's losing his, he's losing his little snacks. But this was just such a fun pattern to do. And I know Annie's got various other patterns on her Etsy shop. I will link her channel, I will link her Etsy shop. I know she's got free patterns on her website as well, I'll link that. But this was just such a fun project to be a part of, and it was so interesting for me to be part of someone else's pattern test. As I say, I don't do a lot of pattern tests, and it was, well, it's still going on. It's fantastic. I'm loving it so much. So I'm so grateful to Annie for choosing me to be one of her pattern testers. It was just such a lovely, such a cute pattern to work up really, really quickly. I was a little scared of the color changes on the face because I don't work with a lot of plush yarns. I mean, this scared me a bit. But it worked up really, really cute. Really love the effect. This little tail, I mean, everything is just adorable. So there you have it, friends. That was my week in crochet. A lot of things going on. Still, I'm doing, for the most part, just things that brings me joy. And I think, you know, this is how I want to continue this year. And I hope that you do the same. I hope crochet, or whatever craft you do, that it brings you joy. I've just decided again this week, probably as I do every week, that life is just too short. I cannot spend it doing something that I do not absolutely love. And I hope the same for all of you. Just do what you love. All right, friends, that's it for this week. Nothing else to chat about. That's so sad. I always love coming on here on a Sunday and chatting to you all. Please let me know in the comments what you are working on. Remember to send me your emails for the hashtag Amigurumi World Tour 2024. I still, every single day, I get emails, and every single day I love it. So I think I'll upload the newest journal onto my blog again tonight. A few photos came in within the last few days that I want to include. I'll upload that tonight, and I will pop a link in the description box where you can just click on the link. It'll take you straight to the page where you'll be able to download or just view the World Tour journal. It's so much fun. They're just brilliant, brilliant projects in there. It's fun to see all of us working together on the same thing every week, every couple of weeks. I love it. All right, friends, that is it. I've kept you busy for quite a while again. You know, I love coming on here. I love chatting. I love hearing what you've got to say. That's it. I think I'm going to end off before I start rambling about something else. But as always, you guys, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I hope you're ready for the week ahead. And until I see you in the next video, as always, stay safe and stay crafty.